But I can bet money. I can bet money that a lot of these teams won't actually qualify because they don't know how to play when there's like bad variables. Give me those impressions. Who's the best team right now? NA. I'm probably gonna say TSM. That's a safe pick. Like if I give you an answer right now, it's a very good chance some of these teams that are really good won't qualify because the qualifiers. So what all of these teams do, the ones that have like clout or have like the friends and whatever that are in the scrim discords, they only play the game in the perfect conditions. They play with the same 20 teams the same way statically, and they practice on how to win against each other. But I can bet money, I hope my mic isn't cutting out, I can bet money that a lot of these teams won't actually qualify because they don't know how to play when there's like bad variables. Let's say you play, because there's 320 team slots and there's 20 teams that are scrimming against each other in a closed environment. You will not play against the same 20 teams. You're gonna have people who make bad pushes and fuck you over. These guys are gonna get shot in the back also. So for example, the teams that I wouldn't be surprised if they don't end up not qualifying are, and this is NA because I don't know EU that well. Somehow on NA you have TSM and you have NRG. There's a good chance one of those teams or both of those teams don't qualify. Why? Because they don't, like, that's all you see from ACU, all you see from whatever on whatever team on those teams, right? Okay, maybe not TSM, but everything I see from NRG is this, that, web, BRs are boring, Apex is boring, and they just do the same thing. They add people. They add when they played in scrims. The people from NRG added the people from NRG added the people from, I think it was Navi, and called them retards. They hit Twitter. But yeah, like basically they do is they there's this, okay, so there's this mentality in high tier Apex, which I've had myself, but I've sort of grown past it, I guess, where if you're a tier 1 team, any team that doesn't play perfectly or like the way you want, so that's perfectly in your mind, to play the way you would, then they're griefing your games. Like this mentality exists with a lot of teams. NRG is the one I know the most because but Navi, not to sincere, has a very specific playstyle. They have a kill-centric playstyle. What Navi does that no other team does is they just, if they see you, they're Russians, so I guess Russians do the same thing, is they see you and they push you if they see an opening or a weakness. And the sheer confidence and aggression they have lets them get good kills. And they've gotten this for like a year of playing together and practicing that style. Not anyone can pick it up and go, alright, let's play like Navi. I've tried. But Navi has like that very aggressive pushing playstyle leads to teams like NRG to believe that they're just griefing scrims. Let's say they're making a rotation and there's another team next to them, and that team, instead of rotating alongside them, the other team might engage them. Then these teams will say, oh, you're griefing us, you're running our scrims. And the point is, with this whole event, is if you have that mentality that going for a fight is griefing your scrims only, then that means that they put themselves in a bubble. They put themselves in a bubble where they only play with tier 1 good teams, you know? Like there's no, everyone thinks the same way they do. Everything's just a perfect, lab perfect, no bacteria, no noobs, whatever, fucking play. And like that's what I'm afraid. A lot of these teams won't adapt. I'm telling you right now, a lot of these teams will not have a chance in adapting. They'll go into the first qualifier and they'll try to, like, they'll do their thing, they'll drop their fucking spot and they'll try to make a rotation and they die, and then they can't even add someone on fucking Discord in the scrim chats because they're no names, right? They'll die to Jimmy and his 2 friends who just picked up a random, got like a good gun and just pushed the first team they saw. That's probably what's gonna happen with a lot of those teams. And that's what I mean when I say that teams that I would say are best right now might not end up qualifying, and I'll look at like an idiot. But I mean, I'd probably end up saying that Navi is really good. Navi is best in EU, I'd probably say, and their playstyle will actually help them a lot in the qualifiers. I'd be surprised if they don't qualify. They probably will win the qualifiers, like just off the back of my hand. I can say that. So here we are. probably about 1 week after the qualifiers concluded. And what did we learn? Well, NRG did not qualify. They went out, I think it's semis at 18th with 4 points. All props to them. Apparently they ended up getting to the same group as Sentinels, and they didn't know what to do when their drop spot was contested. They opted to go fuel. Didn't work out for them, well, really at all, because they had bad loot or whatever. So what can we learn from this? Or what can all pro teams learn from this? Well, we can start off with stop playing static. Stop doing the same thing over and over again. Stop limiting yourself to the same teams in your practice. Get some diversity going. Play with all levels of players, at least as long as they're trying to win. Ranked obviously won't work. Maybe in Season 4. But when it comes to the actual practice, a lot of these teams have, like I said, put themselves in an environment that just doesn't happen in competitive play. And teams like NRG this far, there's probably more than... I'm focusing on NRG because I called them out in the video that this would happen. But there's a lot more teams that are closeted in the same way. There's some people from EU that didn't manage to qualify despite being in the cliques. I'm talking about click esports. You can get it. It's a little bit funny, a little bit of a haha there. I had a whole video prepared for this subject. Really, I actually recorded all of it, but I felt this edit is basically everything I wanted to have said. So this little extra here adds a little bit of flavor. We're gonna see if Navi actually ends up taking the #1 spot in EU qualifiers. I'm still gonna hold on to that prediction. We're gonna see that in, was that 1 day? Yeah, in 1 day they're gonna be played at, I think, 6 p.m. CET. So don't miss those. And yeah, if you liked the video, drop a like. Want to see more videos like this? Hit the bell button, the subscribe button, or whatever. And yeah, until next time.